I try to be courteous to what you're doing, but I want to give you value. So I want to make sure you're, you know what I mean? Because I don't want you wasting your money. And if you're okay with that, I want to make some suggestions on it because I did notice when just seeing it very quickly, I wanted it to see what it pulled in on it. Right. I took pictures of it and, you know, I even saved it in my saves.
Where'd you see it? Facebook or Instagram?
Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I did was I saved it so I could pull it back out. Let me go to my saves. It's Hop Earner PDF. There it is. So what gets me is it's when I first read the ad, the picture's fantastic. The picture kind of draws you in. Just, right. I mean, that's like the perfect thing that you have right now in that. Mm-hmm. The only thing I don't like, this is just from me seeing it very quickly. Yeah. It doesn't draw me in. The content doesn't draw me in. I hear this, you know, I see you kind of throw a little bit out there and you're like, just like a line of what you did. And it doesn't pull engagement to explain anything. I don't know what I'm going to do. What I'm going to get really when I click the ad. Yeah, it does say something about, you know, let me pull it up just so I don't say something that.
No, you're good, man.
Let's see. Okay, here it is. So it says, do you ever look at the people on your company on stages, social media, et cetera, and wonder, and this is a typo, by the way, what's making, you see, it says what's WATS makes them. So it should be what makes them. And people are just stupid. I mess up my stuff all the time, but I did see that in there. I just wanted to let you know. And I'm not a big Nazi when it comes to this. But it did catch me at first. I got a little bit confused because I read it and I had to read it 2 times.
Right, and that's not good.
That's not good.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, this doesn't make sense. So it kind of took me away from pulling me in. So now you just kind of lost me at the beginning, just a little bit.
Okay.
And then I'm like, okay, let me read this again. I said, okay, so what's makes, you see how that sounds? What's makes them so different than me? We used to think the same thing back in 2014 when we started our own business. It drove us absolutely insane. Then we realized the thing you can't see set you apart. So we put together, you go right into selling. See, right now I'm like, okay, what is that thing? What do you mean? How's that? Okay, now you're trying to offer me ebook. What is the ebook for? I mean, it just does. It's a big disconnect. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I will say this. I wrote that in about 4 seconds. And the reason I did that was because the other ones kept getting shut down. So I had the original ad copy that got approved, right? And then like when I was going back and like redoing some of the ads and like reworking some of the stuff, so like I showed Wes the other capture page, the one that I kind of stole from John and Nadia. And she was like, that's way better. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll use that one. So I finished that capture page up and was going to turn on some of the ads. And I was like, hey, I'm going to write up some other copy that is like similar to the capture page. So like just something like that. They denied the original copy and the new copy and over the weekend. So I was like, well, fuck, like that sucks. And then they just kept denying it. So I was like, I really wanted these ads up by Monday to get more people to the PDF. That way we can start running some to the people that download the PDF. We can run the ads to the webinar and get those people to the webinar and so on, and create that funnel of just getting people in our world, right? So since the 2 longer copies that I put a lot of time into had got shut down, I was like, let me just whip something up just to see if it gets approved. Okay. And so that's kind of where that came from. And I was like, I'm going to play it really safe. I'm not going to like go into any specific results. Like because I didn't want to get it shut down again.
Okay, let's back up.
Okay.
Here's the thing about Facebook. What I found in marketing with them and spending thousands at this point,
Right.
is that the things that they don't want to see is claims, income, any kind of income stuff, anything that says free on it, anything, if you put anything that has, you saying, hey, you can do this, you're making a claim.
Okay.
If it's something about changing a person or a body or something like that, that's another, because they don't want to be associated with something that's going to make claims that can't be followed through. Right. That's why when someone says, I can help you lose 10 pounds in 5 days, they don't get approved, because that's a statement, right? They're making a claim. So what you have to do is you got to be very strategic of how you say your words, right? So give you an example. Let me see if I can think of something here. So it's like, you and the beginning's okay, right? It kind of catches it's like, hey, do you ever look at the people, or have you ever looked at the people look at the people on your on your company calls, stage, social media, etc., and wonder what makes them different than me. Okay, so then you can go right into and you, like I said, you kind of start out okay. I think where you lose is you just go directly into the free book, right? So if you told a story, like right here, like where it says, we used to think the same thing back in 2014 when we first started our business. It drove us absolutely insane. Then we realized the things that you see set you apart. Hey, I'm Ryan, and my wife Wesley. We started our business. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm telling a little bit of the story.
I can do that because we have that. We have that in some other ad copy. But I was like, well, shit, I don't want to get hit again. And
well, you're only going to get hit if you're saying income claims or something like that. And I don't know what your copy was before that hit you. I don't even know if you have it available. If you have it, we can kind of look at it. But what I'm saying is if you don't have a claim in there, you can actually keep it short. Hey, I'm Ryan, me and my wife, Wesley. We've been online since 2014. We've created multiple we 3x'd our income. You can even say that, right? We've been able to grow a team of 700 people and 3x our income over the last 4 or 5 years. And through that time, we've been able to touch a lot of people's lives or something like, right? And what we decided to do is to see if we can reach out to more people and do the same thing. So we put together this no cost masterclass. We talking about that one thing that helped us to get where we are, right? Because there's always that one thing. So if you think, okay, we thought the same way until we found that one thing, right? Yeah. And on this masterclass, this no-cost masterclass, I'm going to talk about this one thing that helped us propel our business and be able to grow our team by 30,000 people. You can even say that, right? I mean, that's crazy in the last 2 years or whatever it might be. And in the training, we're going to talk about secret number 1, secret number 2, secret number 3, right? So you're saying the one thing, then you're telling them what you're going to break down that one thing and explain to them. So now you've baited them in, you told them a little bit about yourself, you didn't get too crazy. And now you're giving them an opportunity to know what they're going to get when they click the button. Because what's happening is people get confused. So they might look at the ad, or they might be curious, like, I don't know what this is. And they click and they're like, it's not for me, right? Because you're not really talking the same language when you go to the page. Because you go from here talking about one thing, then now we're on this page talking about a roadmap to something. Right. And I know in our mind, we're thinking, well, yeah, it makes sense because we do this every day. But someone else who's brand new to, network marketing, or maybe they're in network marketing, they've been doing it the old fashioned way, and just depends on who you're marketing to. Right. So, and let's face it, everybody's doing what we do. right? Everybody's out there trying to market now, saying, "Hey, are you tired of phone calls and all these other things?" How many times do you see that in an ad? I mean, it's the same stuff. Yeah. So how many times? I mean, my newsfeed is slammed. I can show you tons of network marketers who are marketing using Facebook, saying the same thing. I'm seeing people popping up. That I didn't even know were doing it, and they're actually getting a lot of people hitting like and commenting. Doesn't mean they're making sales.
Right. No, I get that. So yeah, man. So I mean, so this is there's two here. This is the original. Okay, and then there was another copy that we had that was like more towards like literally what was on the capture page, what's on the squeeze page. Literally just took that, turned that into some copy, like put a little story around it.
Right.
But like the details of that. So it was like, I thought like, I was like, okay, let's make it congruent. So if you want to read both and just kind of see which one you like better, this one, yeah, just read them and just kind of see what you like. I mean, this is the story that I put some time into these copies.
I can tell you right now why you got this one denied. Did this one get denied?
Not originally, but then on the second round it did.
You know why?
No, I don't. I can't. Can you see it?
You're using Facebook's name.
Yeah, I figured, but in the first time they didn't even fucking say anything.
You snuck by. So remember because you can't use Facebook. What you're doing is you're advertising using their name, and that's against policy and everything else. You can't do that. So that might be the one thing, because I'm looking through here. Good change though. Social media is perfect. Yep, there you go again. You're using it again. Yeah, you got quite a bit of time in there. So that, and I see it again underneath there.
Cool. When I wrote this, I was like, I wonder if I can use Facebook, and then it snuck by, so I was like, yeah, I guess I could.
Yeah,
I didn't even look at it like that the second time around.
Yeah, that's what it was. I bet you, because I don't really see anything else in here that makes claims or anything. You don't talk about network marketing. You don't talk about MLM. You don't make claims. Scroll down a little bit, because I'm already at the bottom. I don't see anything else. Is that it for the first one?
All the way down to this.
You got more? Okay.
A little bit. So this is
all right. And you can test this long and short, right? So if you can take this, try it out on some ads. I think you're going to get approved this time because you don't have anything else in there making claims.
Okay.
There's no income claims. There's no Facebook anymore. I would put the link at the very, very bottom. It seems to work better when you put it at the very bottom of the copy versus within the copy.
All right.
Because if they're really going to drop it down and read it, then it kind of brings it in. And I would look at things like, and I actually got this from, him. What's his freaking name? He's the one that does the story stuff. Justice, yeah. You know how he does things like he said, and what happened next will blow your mind, ... Stuff like that. It does kind of pull you in a little bit. So start thinking, because you want to start having them kind of, get to know you a little bit, right? You don't want to be very generic. You want to sound like you're really communicating.
Yeah.
So I really like that.
Because we want to, we know that, like, we want to take people through that process of, like, getting to know us on the ad, getting to know us a little bit more on the squeeze page, and then getting to see the personality come out as we try to upsell them. And then whether they do or they don't, we want them to read through that email sequence and obviously get to know us even more, because we really have been working on our email sequence here to take people through, like, how we met and, like, that soap opera sequence or whatever.
Yeah.
And then get them in. So we understand that process there. So this one I felt like was good. This was the original, the one that we wrote. And so switching up to Facebook, like I said, yeah, there's nothing in here that like is like claimy. Do you feel like it pulls people in to click? Because then we go into detail to tell them exactly what they're going to get on step 1 through 8.
Yeah, I mean, you're showing them a lot they're going to get. As long as this is saying the exact same thing when they click over. Because here's the thing. When they click this, they get to your landing page and it doesn't seem like it's resonating the same thing. Like, oh, okay, here's my PDF. Now I'm going to get it. See, sometimes we try to put too much on the landing page. You just said all this on this thing, so you don't have to resell me. I just need to know where to get the damn thing.
Okay. Yeah.
So
yeah. Yeah.
So when what people do is they do too much, right? They do a lot here, then they do another lot. I'm tired by the time I got here. I just read all that damn copy. I don't want to have to read it again. Right. So, try to shorten that up to make it simple for them. They click it, they go get the PDF because you're giving away a PDF, man. Let's face it. People they're like, I just want the PDF. Let's see what you got, right? And then you want them to read this long PDF. You're pushing them through these long cycles. We don't need to do all that. Let's get them through this one, get them the PDF. After they get the PDF, then you can qualify them for the next thing. If you want to, hit them with that tripwire, great. You're going to get some that take it and some that don't, right? But the ones that are real qualified, they're going to move forward. The ones that aren't, you're going to get them in your sequence. Right. So, or you're going to do a retargeting to bring them through. Don't focus so much up here. Think of that. This is the awareness stage. Okay? This is your awareness stage, and you're going to be spending more money on this than you do on anything else.
Right.
Okay? So just get this part done to where you get them on your email list. Once you have them on your email list and they hit your website, you got them, man. You can retarget the shit out of them.
Right. So let me ask you this. So look at this one. So you read this down to here, and then this is where we start to kind of like say, hey, look, this is what you get. But like I said, we pulled this straight from the capture page. So I don't know. Read this one really quick and just see what you think.
I see you pushing me to this one. So be careful not to fall in love with your content. All right. Because what we like, they may not like, or they might not draw them in. So that's the key.
So here. I'm asking you your opinion because I don't care.
Okay. Yeah. Let me read it real quick. And I'll make sure did this one get disapproved as well?
Yes, this one got disapproved, but I wasn't sure why. Because I went through it a few times and I was like, yo, I don't see anything in here that would even then. Like, I mean, I've gotten so many ads disapproved before I feel like I know what should. I mean, I know I made that Facebook mistake, so I definitely won't make that again. Right.
But BR results were minimal. Okay, I'm at the bottom. Is there more?
Yep.
I skim. So this is how I look at ads too, by the way. When I see an ad on Facebook, I'm not a reader, I'm a skimmer. And if it draws me in just by going through it, then I'll go back and kind of, I'm like, oh, well, let me reread this because I'm busy, right? So this is how we have to think. I love the words exhausted, frustrated, extreme. The only thing I can think of that might be stopping this is at the very beginning. I don't really see any claims in here where it says, what would it feel like to have a proven roadmap to success? See, so they could be taking that in where you're almost making a claim.
I guess I could reword that. I could say like what would it feel like to wake up every day and just know you're on the right track or something around there.
Yeah, because think about it this way. Here, see, you just made a good point. You're not saying you're not making claims, but you're giving positive stuff. So like lose weight, instead of saying how would you like to lose weight, how would you like to feel better and eat healthier and be able to do the things that you'd like to do. Or well, that might be more claimy there too. But instead of saying lose weight, it's learn to eat more healthier, or learn or be able to eat healthier, or something like that. You know, basically it's more of a positive. You see what I'm saying? It's you're saying a positive, but pulling a negative in a sense to say, hey, how would that feel type. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to put this.
So, what would it feel like to wake up and know exactly what to do to create your...
Say it like this. Quick, I wouldn't say quick question, right? So I would say, has this ever happened to you?
Okay.
I used to wake up wondering exactly how it would feel to do X, Y, Z.
Gotcha.
You see, so, and now you put you in there, right? One time, and you don't use it a lot. Be careful with your use.
Okay.
Because if you hit you too much, it becomes kind of spammy. And that can get you caught up too when you say you. What I like to do is I'll use you in the first line and bold it and make it big, and that's the only one. And then I try to work my copy into where it sounds like I'm talking about them, but it's more talking about me and kind of putting it. It's hard sometimes because we're so used to, trying to pull people in. But when you're telling stories and it kind of relates, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what you want to do. You want your story to kind of relate to people versus you tell. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or telling a story about someone else. Telling a story about someone else. We used to wake up. Every day wondering if there were some proven roadmap to a successful online business. And wonder if that actually existed, right? If we had to look back, I'm not the best at copy though. I'm just gonna be honest with you, but I'm thinking, what I know Facebook wants and doesn't want. I kind of write off what I'm thinking sometimes, but I've learned to do it in a way where it's not, kind of clickbaity. And that's where you got to get good at.
I took Justice's course.
What's that?
I took Justice's course,
Okay.
And it's good. It was good. I think the best part about that is getting your I think it's good copy, because he teaches you how to like get in the person's shoes and their life, and like how to reel them in and use other people's stories. I mean, so it was good. I mean, I still think about that course when I write. I'm much better at writing copy than I was before taking that course, just because, I mean, I know he works at that shit every fucking day. Like, that's his thing.
Yeah. Well, that's how he makes his leads. I mean, he's built his business that way. So, it's good to do. I mean, and it really does. It pulls people in. Stories pull people in. Obviously, we hear that all the time, especially in network marketing, right? Stories sell, blah, blah, blah. But, telling a story a little bit about yourself and then directly going into, talking about one of your students. Like, we used to think the same thing. If there was a way to do X, Y, Z, just like Mary was one of one of our students that we worked with, or Mary, or just like Mary, who came to us and said that, had this happen to her, and she did this and she did that. And by getting the PDF, this PDF that we offered her, XYZ, she was able to do XYZ. If you can relate to that, or if this is something that you feel would help you, the downloads, free downloads, or the no cost downloads down below, whatever it might be, right? Or you can get it download or ask for more information, however you want to do it. But what I'd have to sit down and really think about it. That's why I'm not I hate copy, because it does take so much time of your day. But man, once you can figure it out, it's a game changer. It is such a game changer. But like right now, I'm paying. I've got a girl who's basically, she's paying copywriters and everything else to do mine. And I was writing my own. And I was doing just fine. But since she started doing the copy and whatever she started doing, she brought a different mindset to it, right, than I was doing, because I was in my business. When you work in your business, sometimes it becomes hard to see what other people see. So when you have another eyeballs come in and kind of do that, kind of helps out. Right. So I get it. But I think as far as getting approved, I think as far as anything on here, I don't see anything that would get you disapproved. Try it and see what happens. I think we took a lot of the big pulls away that might be clickbaity, or saying something you shouldn't be saying. It's always a thing. But I think the first one was the Facebook deal for sure.
So which one do you feel like pulled you in the most?
I test them. I mean, both of them kind of say the same thing, and it matches with your page better, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think both. I think I can test them out. The only thing I didn't want to do was be testing 3 different things at once. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to be testing out copy, testing out pictures, testing out different audiences, like a bunch of different audiences. I wanted to keep it kind of like, all right, let's test one thing at a time and just move it through. Because I think there's going to be a lot of testing that goes through this PDF, so we can continue to move a bunch of people through the top part of the funnel, move down and down and down. So I kind of get that. So I'll get rid of this short copy, because I kind of pulled that out of my ass anyway.
Yeah, here's another thing, man. You got such a great looking family. You should be using the content to talk about that. How, hey, this is, hi, and tell who you are, man, in your content. You've got a great image there. You should be talking about you and your struggle and what happened and how you what brought you to where you are now to even create that PDF that you're just going to give someone for free, so they don't have to go and be struggling like you did. You've got to pull that out in your content, man, because especially when I see this image, it draws me in very quickly, and I'm thinking you're going to talk about your family, man. I'm like, where's the story? Right? So talk about that. The other things those 2 things that you just did, that you just showed me, yeah, they're okay for an ad, but what you have here, I think, is more solid, and it's probably going to get more people interested in your content, and drop that down and read it, because you're telling a story about your struggle and who you are and how you got to where you did and why you even created this damn PDF in the first place, right? Yeah, I mean, you want them to understand that, think about it this way. Who's your favorite artist?
Like singer?
Music.
I don't even know, man. Maybe Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. I mean, that you like Jay-Z. So let's say you were standing in line, or you went to get in line to get a Jay-Z t-shirt, right? But the line was 2 hours long, right? Would you go up? Would you pay more to go up to the second, third person in line and hand them the money and say, hey, if you buy my shirt, I'll pay for your shirt as well? Would that be worth it to you to do that than to stand in a 2-hour line?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Any day.
This is the point. You have to start thinking where people are and how they feel this is going to help them to do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Because if I get your PDF, is it gonna cut time off my time?
Right.
Or am I just getting another piece of thing to read?
Right.
You see, so that needs to come off in your content, right? How it changed everything for you, and explain that, man, and talk about your family. You got a great looking family. That there is power in itself, because you did stuff other people are trying to do.
Yeah.
So don't think of trying to sell. Think of trying to, help people. And it's kind of like Mike Dillard always says, right? Sell a result, right? Sell the result, not the training and the story and everything, or the training and everything that comes with it to help them get there. All they care about is getting that result. What's going to help me to get that t-shirt faster so I don't have to stand in line too long?
Right. Okay. I feel you, man.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, dude. I'll go back and kind of play with those two copies, and then just kind of see, and I'll play with it. What do you think about? What do you think about the headline?
This one?
Yeah.
I think your headline's okay. I mean, it kind of draws it in, but I when I was in network, and I'm still am, I just don't push it, right? But the thing is, when I was always struggling, it was never wanting to get on stage or anything. My thing was just, I just want to find people, right? I want to build my business, make some money, get out of this damn job I hate, right? That was my drive. And obviously everybody has their own why. And when you get to certain stages, I think that why changes. Yeah, would I like to be going up here on stage? Probably cool. Maybe I'm an introvert. I don't want to be on stage. I just want to be able to create an income where I can pay a car payment or a house bill when I first start out, right? Maybe that's all I care about. So for me, how can I get to that point first? You see, I just want to pay my car note each month and be able to, make sure I got my house payment paid for, and I'm working this job where I'm working 40 hours. How am I going to be able to spend time building this business when I'm working 40 hours down at the, at the truck stop or whatever, wherever, right? And now, it's funny I said that because every time video you talk about this truck stop thing, everything that you do, man. I don't know where that's coming from. You're rubbing off on me. So, but you gotta start thinking about where that person is, man. And do I really care about the stage, or do I care about just paying my car note and my house note, right? And now I'm working a 40-hour job, and now I've got this other problem, because that's what this is. And where a lot of network marketers go wrong is, you have this solution. I have a problem. You have the solution, but when you hand me the solution, you're handing me more problems with the solution. So now I've got more problems.
Right.
So how do I solve that? So I need to have the solution and the process, the system to help me to not have any more problems, right? And that's where network marketers go wrong. They're like, here's your solution. This will save you. This will help you make money, and you'll be able to do the things you want to do. But now I've got to go out and find leads. I've got to go out and figure out how to talk to people. I got to be able to figure out how to do all these other things. So now I've got a new set of problems to go with the problems I had before, and I still got those problems because I haven't done this yet.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, 100%, man. You've been there.
You've been there. You see, you can relate. That's what you need to talk about.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And that's where most people are, because too many network marketers out there trying to just, they're copy and pasting still. They still do it. A lot of companies still teach that stuff. You know that. Hey, go to your Facebook, copy and paste till you get people. Hey, are you interested in this? Are you open to this? Are you open to this? Open to making a side hustle? Open to making a side. I mean, it's constantly, right? The numbers game. It's kind of what, Ray Higgins says, it's a numbers game. Yeah, it is. But it's a tiring game, right? It's too many numbers when I have a 40-something hour job. But how bad do you want it? Well, I want it, but still tired.
Right.
It's got to be a better way. And there is. You've got it. So let's show them. Right?
Yeah, no, for sure. Did you see the capture page that we made? Did you see the new one?
Yeah. Well, the one that's on this ad?
Yeah, did you check it out?
Yeah, I did. That's what I'm saying. It's it threw me off from this copy, obviously, to that, because it didn't make sense, right? It was kind of off for me. But like I said, man, it's a lot of copy on it. It just, for me, I went from the ad and I looked at the page. I kind of scrolled it. It didn't grab me. But if I'm reading a long copy and then I go to your page, after I read that long copy, I'm more invested in you, right? Versus a short copy and then having to go to this long kind of salesy page to get the PDF. You know, some people just want to click a button, get the PDF, go on their way. Hopefully it'll help them. And that's really you're going to see a lot of people do, because they're just trying to get the free PDF and, hey, I'll read it later. And that's the problem with PDFs, right? You don't, there's no investment there, but an email. So it's hard to get people to move forward. Really, your main thing is to try to get them back, right, after they get on your page and after they get your email or get on the email sequence. The process really begins on your retargeting. So this here awareness, this net that you're casting right now, that's just to get people to do something so you can start to market to them. Right. This isn't the marketing here. This is awareness. The marketing comes after this. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm on a tangent here, man. I know you know this stuff. You've been in this business a long time. You got a lot of influence. You've been around, and you know this game. You just gotta. I think your story needs to be told better to people so they can know who you are. Because they don't know who you are. You do well with talking about in videos. So maybe use that once you tell your story here, then drive them to a retargeting where you're talking with you in Wesley, right? Kind of going at it a little bit, because that's entertaining, and they get to know you a little bit.
Right. No, that makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then, in your emails, maybe, and then now they have your story in the emails, right? Maybe do some videos in the stories where they click and go listen to you guys talk a little bit.
So when we retarget, so like, let's just say this particular ad right here. So I'm going to close that. So just so I'm like clear on that. So like, let's just say we've got these 1,100 people that we've reached in this ad so far. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I can't really, hold on a second. Let me see if I can. So there's 14 people that have clicked that link, okay?
Okay.
So of those 14 people, let's just say, all right, how can I guess my question is, how does the retargeting work? Do I then run the video ad of, like, let's just say we did a video a couple weeks ago and I want to run, an ad around that. Do I run it just to get to these 14 people, or do I get it to the 1,100, or like or just the people that have become a result, or what am I?
Okay.
How does that retargeting work, I guess?
You're going to rerun your retargeting. You can do it several ways. My wife's about to leave. Let me go tell her bye.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Sorry. All right. She got to run and do some errands.
No.
All right. Sorry, man.
I get it.
Working from home, right? Yeah. So retargeting. Let's talk about that. Sorry, I got so many distractions here. Let's think about it this way. When we did your custom conversions, right? We set up custom conversions for people that hit your page within the last 30 days. You've got to have that set up, right? So you can go inside and do a custom conversion of the website of people that hit that page in the last 30 days. right? So if they hit that page in the last 30 days, but they didn't become a lead, right? Exclude the people that became a lead. You should have your custom conversion set up for that too, right?
Okay.
So that way you can exclude anyone that they became a lead, but let me explain. They hit the page, they didn't become a lead in the last 30 days. You want to retarget them with a video or something. Hey, saw you're on the website. You didn't get the PDF. Not sure if things happened, but I wanted to kind of tell you a little bit about me and Wesley and how this changed our lives. See?
Yeah.
You see what you're doing? You're becoming real now. And we want the same thing for you. So what we've done is we created this free PDF. If you like, go check it out. Just click the link or just go check it out. Be careful what you say in your video because Facebook will monitor that, right?
Yeah.
The link's somewhere download. You just click the button. Tell them what they're doing. You click the button. It's going to take you to the PDF. You just go ahead and put your email in, and I'll send it over to you. No strings attached. We just want to make sure that we get this into as many hands as we can because we know how this has changed our lives and so many other people. And we know if you just get this in your hands, that it will help you in some way. So, yeah. You know what I mean? You see, so you're just becoming real.
All right. So so what I would do, so just so I know in my head, so I would actually go to the custom conversions and create the ad based off that custom conversion, right?
Yeah. So what you're going to do is create the custom conversion. You go to the ad, create a conversion with people that basically hit that ad or that conversion link there.
Yeah.
You can do it for view page because here's the thing: when you retarget, you're retargeting people to go to that new lead to become a lead, right? So you want to put the conversion, the lead page. Does that make sense?
A little bit. So let me just.
So think about it this way: when people hit your page, your website, then they put a lead in, and they go to that next page. Remember that next page is your other conversion. So that's the conversion page you're making a conversion to.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that kind of makes. So say that again.
Okay. When you're retargeting, you want to retarget people that hit the first page. You already have a custom conversion for that. So all you're going to do is you're going to create, when you go in and you set it up, you're going to see conversion. You're going to set that up conversion for your second page. When they become a lead, your conversion needs to be that. But the bottom part there, it says, when you click on it, that's my VA. Go. All right. Let me just show you because I'm explaining. It's not gonna make sense to you. Okay. Go to create. Let's create it. Let's act like we're gonna create an ad. I'll show you what I mean.
Perfect. All right. So let's just.
Hold on a second. Okay. So yeah, I know who that is. What about it? Oh. Okay. Yeah, if you could email that to me, I will. I'm in a meeting right now, but if you could send that over to me in email, that way I won't forget. I'll go ahead and get him added back in. Thanks, Nikki. Okay. Sorry.
Very good, man. So, let's just say, all right, so I've got this one, and I want to retarget everybody that hit this page but didn't become a lead. Okay. So, create an ad. Act like you're going to create an ad. So go ahead and create. This will be easier for you. Go to conversion. You can leave it at that because you're not going to make an ad out of it. I'm just going to show you real quick though. Or you can, do that. It's fine. Okay. You see here where it says, add webinar review content. You want to change that to be the lead. So where are they going to go? where they're gonna go.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like, so again, was the PDF. So when the view content would have been the page on the capture page. This page, the complete registration, this pixel would have been they became a lead.
Okay, I click that.
Okay.
So you see here where it says, we'll optimize delivery of your ads to get the most of these conversions at the lowest cost. So your conversion is going to be that they hit this page.
Right. I get that.
Right. So what we're doing is we're driving traffic. Now, this is not the page you're driving them to.
No.
This is just your conversion.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay. Scroll down. You see right here where it says custom audience?
Yeah.
This is where you do all that. So you're going to do a custom audience of people that hit your page. So you should have created a custom audience of the people that hit your page in the last 30 days. That's going to be there. So that's the custom audience you're going to be driving people to. Right?
I didn't know that. You didn't tell me to do that before.
Yeah, well, we were just making custom conversions just for the other things. So you're asking me a different thing right now. Because we're trying to keep it basic just to get you started. But now we're getting into retargeting stuff. See, this is different because before we were just trying to get your ad set up. Now you're talking retargeting. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
So, but that's why I had you do 4 custom conversions in the beginning, just so you could have your basic pages set up. So when you come back to do this, it's not so time consuming.
Right. So yes.
So now you're just creating your custom audiences. It takes like a second to do that because you've already been pixeling. Think about this. You've been pixeling people already.
Mm-hmm.
So all you got to do is go in and do website, custom audience with the website domain, and then it'll automatically grab that data because that pixel's been on there.
Okay. So what I need to do is go create a custom audience of that capture page or of
yeah.
So then that would say everyone that's hit that page, that I need to retarget to that audience.
Retarget to that audience, they hit the page, the view content page. All right. But you see where it says exclude underneath. Okay, so let's pretend. Pick one of those just to say, okay, now we picked that, right? So pick one just for now, just so I can show you something.
Right.
Let's pretend that's that custom audience.
Right.
All right. Now click on the right to get rid of that thing. There you go. Now you see where it says exclude? Hit exclude.
Okay.
Now we're going to exclude people that became a lead.
Okay.
So people that has become a lead on whatever you're running leads to, right? You're going to exclude them because you don't want to retarget them.
So in order to do that, though, that would need to be another custom audience, right?
You should already have that because you put your email list. But also what you can do is you can create a custom audience of people that hit that page too. So just like you did with the view content, you can make another custom audience for that lead page that people, hit once they become a lead. You can create a custom audience for that too. Yes. And then what you do is you say people that hit that page, exclude them.
Okay. So I would need to.
I would exclude they hit the page, people that were on your email list.
Okay.
That way you don't have anybody sneaking in that you've already marketed to.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. I get it.
Okay.
But I would need to upload that audience first before I did that, right?
Well, for the email, if you haven't already added them in. But here's the thing. Just create a custom audience for that page, just like you mentioned. And that should take care of anybody that in the last 30 days that became a lead. And then you should already have uploaded the people you should already have them in here, like PayPal buyer, small, webinar lead. Just exclude those people because you don't need them as a lead again.
Okay. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that. My thing is, I'm like, okay, well, in order to make sure that happens, I would need to, because if I took the list once, then anybody new on the list, I would have to get them back. I would have to download that list again, right?
No, not necessarily, because if you're using the page, right? Because you're pixeled the page, so anybody that hit that page, they became a lead. So really, I mean, you can create another one just to be safe.
I got what you're saying. So you're saying excludes that convert. So it wouldn't necessarily need to be a custom audience, right? Is that what you're saying? On the exclusion?
Yeah, but you still got to create one to get one to come in here. Like you see, you have a lookalike or a custom audience. You got, or it's basically when you create a custom audience, that's really what you're adding in. You can do, because you're creating some kind of audience. It's custom.
Okay.
You have to create a custom audience to be able to even add an email list in there.
You're right. Okay, that kind of makes sense. I'll probably get it later. All right, that's
I get it, man. This is a whole new thing you're learning. You've got this, you've got your other stuff you're trying to do. It is a lot. So you got to take it in strides, man. This is why I got to the point now where I just outsource it and I've got somebody doing it. I mean, I love it. I enjoy it. I know how to do it and I can do this. But life is so much easier when you can just have someone to do it. So here's what I'm going to suggest to you. Because, and this is, you can stop recording if you want, because we're going to use this as a recording. Okay. Let me know when it's done. They push them to the webinar.
Okay. So when they do that, so what happens is they get to this page. It can the next one either starts in 15 minutes or then there's maybe 2 more in the day.
Yeah, well, you can retarget them. So here's the thing. If it starts every 10 minutes and they can't watch that one, then you just set up your retargeting and retarget them. Hey, so you registered, but you didn't catch the webinar. Here's the replay for you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, dude, I'm cool with that, man. I got a call. I got to hop on with one of my clients, man. But I'll go through this, dude, and I'll try to get that set up. Because I mean that probably is going to help push the cash flow up more. I mean, because again, man, if I can start closing some yearly memberships to our coaching membership or get a couple more one-on-one clients, I'm right back in the game, cash flow wise. And then again, I probably would, if your girl was like, hey, yeah, I can help get that funnel to 10 sales a day at 40. I mean, that's $470 a fucking day. Like
if you're running this funnel and you're doing a big sell at the end, I promise you, and I wouldn't tell you this, I promise you she would. She can.
Because all I want in the front end is like if this funnel can help me get on the phone with 2 to 4 people a day. Because I was telling Wes that last night. I was like, you take 2 calls, I'll take 2 calls. I only do 2 calls a day. And so I'm thinking like, all right, well, probably about 50 to 100 people a day would probably have to come in to at least get 2 calls a day, right? Or that's too high?
Well, think about it this way. You just got to think, how much does it cost you to get someone on the phone? Is it $100, $200, $300, right? So your numbers, not so much of who registers, but it's who gets on your calendar and you talk to. That's what you're worried about. Don't worry so much about the people coming through. You're retargeting and all that stuff going on. What you got to do is take all those numbers and what it costs you to get a person on the phone. So if I had to run $100 before one person registered and I got on the phone with them and then I sold, it took me 5 to 6 people to talk to before I sold an $8,000 product. Well, who gives a shit? I just spent $500-600, but I made $8,000.
Right, I'm down. But then like, so my thing is, because my whole point of this, my 3 things that I wanted to cover today were ManyChat and this Tripwire, because I was like, what's the best way to ensure that and again, like even last night, did we do the Monday free coaching? Like I tell people about our storytelling workshop. Every Monday, I just talk about our storytelling workshop. Basically, that's my call to action every Monday night. It's a storytelling workshop. The other call to action every day of the week is that top earner deal, the top earner deal. I was at, and man, I gotta go, man. I got this call I got with this girl, man.
Why don't we do this? I gotta go too. Why don't we do this? Work on this webinar, getting this set up, and let's stop the ads for now. Let's just stop the ads for now. That way it doesn't cost you anything. Get the conversion stuff set up. Don't run ads, but just get it set up. Work on getting this webinar system set up. Literally add to register to webinar to getting on the phone with you. All right, get that set up, and then let's come back and look at it. Let's say, I don't know, let's say maybe Friday. That'll give you some time to get things together. Let's jump back on a Friday, somewhere around noon possibly, and then we'll see where you are.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate it, dude.
Wish I could help you more, man. I feel your pain, though, brother. I really do, man. I mean, it's this shit drove me crazy, and you know, when you get a target in, it's perfect, but it's never perfect in some cases. But I think we're on to something. I think we talked about this before. You got more options here because you have a product that's a big ticket. Most people don't have that. You do. And as long as that product's helping people, right? As long as it's helping people and you feel good about selling it, dude, sell the shit out of it.
I could sell it all day, man. I when someone asks me how much money it is, like for our big ticket products, when someone asks, oh, how much is ILCU? I'll tell them straight up, it's $2,000 for the year. And it's like, and it just rolls right off. And I think it's cheap. I think that shit is fucking cheap. I think for what they get for $2,000 for an entire year with us, because I say, look, we even do one-on-one calls. Like you get one-on-one coaching within that package. So like we do it once a week. One person in the group can say, hey, I want a one-on-one call. They get 30 minutes. They don't get an hour that the platinum clients get, but they still get 30 fucking minutes. They get to answer all their questions. They get live coaching. I mean, we package that at like, yo, at $1,000 an hour, they would get almost $100,000 worth of coaching in a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so when someone asks, oh, how much is one-on-one? I'm like $8,000 for 3 months.
Yeah.
And then you get another like, well, we did. So you get one-on-one $8,000 for 3 months, and you get access to the membership for 3 months, and you get a discount after the 3 months. You get it for $127 instead of $197.
Yeah, so you're downselling right back into the monthly, which is good, right? So you make your money, which is awesome, and then you sell them into a residual membership. So that's perfect. Yeah, you should be selling this, man. I mean, I think you're nickel and diamond on the front end with this small stuff. I think you should, just like we talked about when we first started talking about this, you got an $8,000 product, dude, there's so much you can do with that. We should have focused on that first. I mean, obviously, that's the game is the process. But I think you got to get you an automated webinar that gets them to the phone. Straight up. Okay.
So let me go to work on this, and then if you're open, man, we can just take a look at it Friday. Cause I'm to the point now where, yeah, dude, if we could hone that in, because right now, like I said, man, I mean, one sale or somebody coming into, the yearly or something like that, man, that just changes everything, man. It just takes so much weight off of like where, you know, shit's coming from, man.
Yeah. Well, you're nickel and diamond, man. That just takes forever. You just go straight to the big product. You got one, you love it. You're not afraid to tell somebody or sell it. So, you know, as long as it's helping people, go for that. That's what I would do.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
All right. I'll go to work on this, man, because I gotta get ready for this this girl. But yeah, let me go to work on this.
All right, brother. Let me know what's going on.
Okay, man. I appreciate it.
All good. All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.